back to farting.
We need a little bit light.
You kind of like a farter, right?
No, I'm really not.
You never fart in front of a guy?
Never fart in front of everybody.
Anybody. But did you know that most women feel that way?
Yes.
Why is that though? Why don't y'all like farting in front of dudes?
I think it's just like a...
Like y'all want us to think
embarrassment thing.
Y'all want us to think y'all classy. Apparently a lot of women do not fart in front of men.
We do not.
I am mortified in what I'm about to share with you. This has been living rent-free in my mind for 5 days. I have defied the way of womanhood. I have done something that apparently is not normal. Praying to God that you guys will support me in this and say that you do it too, even though I'm feeling maybe you don't. We're at a chili cook-off. This is key. And I'm sitting around a fire with 5 of my closest girlfriends. I see my husband on the corner of my eye and I make the comment out loud of like, boy, are we gonna have a trumpet competition tonight because of all the chili? They said, what do you mean? I'm like, we're gonna be playing Battleship. What do you mean by that? And I said, because of the chili, like we're gonna be 2 in. All the jaws dropped to the floor. They said, do you fart in front of your man? I said, do you not? One girl, 14 years in with her man, has never farted in front of him. I looked to the one girl I know farts in front of her man, and she said, Danielle, I've accidentally farted in front of him once and I've not lived it down. One girl, she was so kind, she said, I bet your relationship's like so good because of it. You guys, I went on a 10-day road trip with my now husband for our 3rd date. He ripped one out loud and immediately I ripped one, and I remember his face going pale, but I'm like, dude, you just farted? We're in the same car, like I gotta go. And I was like, thank God you ripped the Band-Aid off because I've been super gassy. Nothing was ever said of it. And ever since then, I rip them all the time. Come to find out, it's okay for the man to fart, but the women should keep that contained, I guess. I did not know the rules of womanhood, and everyone I've talked to has agreed that that is something that the woman keeps private. I think he's cool with it. I mean, he married me.
I mean...
Yes. But apparently a lot of women do not fart in front of their dudes.
I don't think a lot of men fart in front of their women either.
I think a real man does.
I guess I've never dated a man.
Wagon do, hey, Lex, excuse me, I have to go in the backyard real quick, you know?
I don't know no guy that ever dated farted in front of me.
Because you date gay dudes. No offense if you're gay and, you know.
No, I don't.
You don't date... You don't date straight ones. I do. It's not gay dudes. That was inappropriate. You don't date manly men.
Some of the men I've dated.
Like a real man marks his territory. Okay? Sometimes silently.
I would say a good percentage of women don't necessarily want to see or smell a fart from anyone.
I know.
So I think that these men are respecting the nostrils of the lady.
It's kind of marking a territory. Okay? Like I'm letting you know, I see you, I hear you, I exist.
And I want you to smell me.
Yes. That's the mentality. Okay?
I don't like it.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait for you to move in.
Don't eat tacos.
Okay, Sherrod. Yeah, we're big-banded, but I like, this is not the first video I've seen like that. A lot of women do not do that in front of men at all. You know, black, white, blue, everyone in between. Like they don't, you know. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. You know what I mean? It's interesting.
I remember this was months back, but we were talking about like if your significant other, whatever, how long have you been dating or whatever, if you would go number 2 in the bathroom, like right next to where they are. And I think the collective was probably not.
Okay, hold on, say this again.
Okay, so you are dating somebody for a few weeks or whatever, and they come over your place.
So we have this thing, it's new.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's different if you go over someone's place or they come here, whatever. So they come over, and would you, say your bedroom is attached to a bathroom, like mine is, would you go number 2 in your bathroom if your guy or gal is over and you're trying to get busy? Because I wouldn't. I would, if I had to go that bad, I'm going to someone else's bathroom, or thankfully I have a half bath in my place. I would go to that bathroom. I'm not doing it attached to my bedroom.
Okay, you only have some wild shit? Okay. So I'm traveling, okay? I'm in Guatemala, right?
Okay.
And got this chick and I'm hanging out with this chick, right? And she comes over and she had eaten something that didn't agree with her, right? So she had to go to the bathroom, okay? And the thing with this Antigua, Guatemala, their sewer system at the time, I don't know, but now, isn't up to par like the sewer systems in America. So the way it is, when you use the toilet, you can't flush the tissue.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? So you use the tissue like you wipe, but it's put in a bin next to the toilet.
It must smell like...
Yes, that's number one. But you could also fucking see it, right? So she's over.
Oh, God.
She was in the bathroom. I walk in, and then I could see the tissue do it, and I know what she had just done. And she said she was sick, right? So you could see that there was like, let's just say it wasn't firm. You know, there was a lot of water. And I'm like, fuck.
And you saw this and smelled it?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
You know, and she's just laying in the bed, right? And
did she have a shower after? I would steer clear.
She didn't have a shower after, you know? But like, I was like, you know, we can just take tonight off.
That's a thing in Guatemala?
What?
You can't flush the...
I'm not, if they updated their pipes, maybe, but no. No, it ain't only Guatemala. I'm not picking on Guatemala. There's a lot of places in Latin America where you go. Not only Latin America, parts of Asia too, like where you have like old plumbing systems, right? So they aren't big enough to take tissue. So they prefer just to take the waste, because that's gonna break down a lot easier than the
way
tissue.
After every time I went to the bathroom, I would fucking take that outside and throw it away. I don't want anyone smelling that. I don't want to smell that myself.
I know, but that's not as easy as you think, because they ain't a bin outside like that.
God.
This was an Antigua, dude. Like I say, they have a lot of tourists going there now, so things could have been updated. But the systems, you gotta understand, it's Antigua in Spanish means old. So this is telling you this is a fucking old city. All the pipes and plumbing are old, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of places where you don't flush the tissue, dude. It's a thing. If you travel, you'll see some of this stuff, man. Like, it's wild, you know? Everyone goes to the bathroom differently, and they treat that differently all across the world. And so I'm like, fuck. And me and Stefan talk about the bathrooms. There's some bathrooms, okay, like in America, our bathrooms, when you drop, it drops in the water. But there's some bathrooms that have a shelf. So when it drops on the shelf. Hold on.
Don't look up the shit shelf, please.
No, I'm not gonna look it up like that. I can look it up in a clean way, okay? Let's go shelf toilet.
Oh.
Okay, here's a culture lesson for you, right?
Not the poop shelf.
You see that?
The poop shelf.
So it drops on the shelf, and then when you flush, the water washes it down the drain. Mm-hmm. You see? That way you can look at it first.
Yeah. I've seen that before.
Yeah, but I mean, this is gonna be dirty, so that you always have to clean this if that's where it drops.
I don't love this conversation. It's not one of my favorites that we've had.
You know what? Your birthday coming up. You know what you need? One of those, okay?
A few
I'm
months
bringing that
away.
from Germany for you, okay?